Hey everyone, welcome back to Local Living. I'm Anna Christina. It is time for Giving Local. What we like to do is highlight local organizations and people doing wonderful things in and for our community. And this one is so important. And you're going to be so surprised by the statistics within the area that we live in. Joining me is Ginger. She is the Executive Director for ICare. Welcome, Ginger. How are you?
Good morning. Welcome. Thank you for having me.
Absolutely. I think it's so important that we have this conversation because I think people are going to be surprised by the need of the organization. And it's really sad to even break that down and what everything looks like. But I want to give people an idea of ICare. What is ICare? What do you do? What type of services do you provide for this area?
So we have a three-pronged approach of addressing trafficking and exploitation in our area. We serve young mothers and we serve youth through a three-pronged approach of prevention, intervention, and restoration.
And so tell me why that's so important. Because I know that people might say, well, does that really happen in this area? How often does it happen? Why is it important that we have this service?
So in the last 10 years since we've been working in this area, we have seen a very gradual and significant change from girls being recruited in person to girls and children now being recruited online. And so that brings a significant impact into all of our homes because there's an old saying that where the children play, the predators prey. And now with all of our children being online so much, we're seeing more and more of our girls that are being recruited. Their initial contact is online, and then they're brought into the physical contact with the predator.
Wow. And I mean, it's so true. Online, the use of social media, while it can be good, it can also be very scary for a young woman, a young man. And so it leads me to ask, because I think prevention is probably the most important. Education, taking responsibility for your children because maybe they don't have an understanding of how real this can be. And so what are some of the ways to prevent this from happening? What are some of maybe the applications that are most popular in terms of the predator using to connect with a child?
So we're seeing that pretty much any app that is not being monitored carefully can be leveraged for evil against our children. So the first step is with parents beginning to recognize when they put a device into their child's hand that it should be used as a tool for parent communication and for educational purposes. And I think we have to start with those kind of conversations with our children, that this can connect you to the whole world, and in the whole world there are people that would do you harm. So we want to use it for the best possible purposes. So that is how we start our conversations and our education with parents and with children. We go into schools, we go into community groups, we go into churches, and we do the education piece. Once it has escalated and a child has been referred to us because there's been some online activity denoted, then we work one-on-one with several programs in our organization that we do the prevention one-on-one and teach them why it's important to recognize predators.
Well, and how do you get referrals and how are you funded? Because if there's a way for our community to step up and help, I want them to be able to do that.
That's a very important question. Thank you for asking. We are privately funded, so individual businesses, churches, and just individuals who are passionate about this cause have funded us. And our referrals come through a myriad of sources. We have medical professionals who refer to us. We have DFACS refers to us. Juvenile court programs refer to us, and law enforcement refers to us. And then we do have the sad occasions when parents will call us and say, this is what's happening in my family, can you help? All of our services are provided at no charge to our clients. We offer therapy, mentoring, educational resources, tutoring, and we have connections with medical providers so that they are receiving comprehensive care.
Wow. Well, Ginger, thank you so much. We appreciate what you do and for stepping in and stepping up and helping educate the area on what this looks like and how it can be prevented. We appreciate it.
Thank you.
All right, guys, thank you so much for tuning in. Don't forget to tune in next week for more on local living.